Hey guys, welcome back. It's Grim Reaper coming at you for another video of Raidshadowlegends. Hopefully doing well, and hopefully you're looking after yourself and a positive start to the weekend. Today's topic of today's video is going to be the state of Raidshadowlegends, and we're going to talk about a lot of frustration topics and a lot of things that Raid need to pay attention. Obviously, over the last couple of weeks, the game has been very toxic, and a lot of things, a lot of people in the community are not happy, including myself and other content creators as well. And is the frustrations in Raid right now is very, very high. And I'm hoping that Raidshadowlegends will watch today's video and really take in a lot of the criticisms and feedbacks into this. It's not meant to be a rant video in any way, but we're going to cover in every single topic that I would like to see some changes in. And I'm hoping to see changes on a massive scale and on a very fast scale. Now, I've been wanting to do this video for recently for a long time, but I haven't been able to just get around to it, and obviously I've been sick and etc. as well. So I really wanted to kind of go into this today and talk about everything that I am concerned with this game, and there probably will be like one or two things that were amiss in today's uh, video, but please let me know down in the comments what would you guys change in Raid, and what would be the first three things that you guys would change in Raidshadowlegends, and what is your biggest frustration right now. We're going to talk about a lot of aspects in this game, of things being outdated, things just not being good. We're going to talk about how much this game takes on all of us to play, and even as a full-time content creator, the burnout is real for even for players like me who are pretty hardcore in everything that we need to do. So let's get into today's video. I guess hopefully you've got me up on the TV, feet up, and hopefully I'll help you with some of the frustrations. Big shout out to MTG and a big shout out to Nubs as well, because both of them release videos that I did watch to a certain degree and agreed with a lot of them as well. And I want to kind of put my own take on that. And Raid really need to act right now, because I've seen a lot of endgame players, a lot of spenders quitting in Raid. But unfortunately, I don't feel like they're concerned, because they're still seeing dollar coming in from a lot of new players that are coming in through the ranks. And we've seen them in Live Arena, a lot of new Krakens coming through. And it's really kind of been interesting, because Raid are kind of pushing through the marketing with other content creators outside the content creator program in a company called GameLeap, who Raid are paying some of the content creators to obviously make the channels, etc. And he's going through a different team than official content creators in the channel. But there is a couple of things that I am aware of that I'm not going to cover in today's video, because none of this is aimed at them. It's just it adds to the state of the game, because Raid have redone analytics and are not seeing the problems. And most of the problems are coming from end game point of view and mid game. I say it will come from mid game point of view. Early game has its own problems, but that's going to be a different topic for different content creators, because I am an end game player. And obviously, I might not be so correct. And early game has been a long time since I was there. Let me talk about a lot of things, and let's talk about time management and some of the things that I would change for time management and etc. There are a couple of things I want to like touch on quickly is Curse City. Now, as you guys know, I've cleared every single rotation of Curse City except from the first wave, and Curse City's gear is fantastic, and it really take the hats off to Raid, because the gear is great. Now, the boss is very frustrating for a lot of new players. Once you got your roster down to the nail, you learn the strategies that you need to learn. Honestly, he's not too bad, and I auto all the rotations pretty much on that. And the lower stages of Curse City are not too bad. Now, if you're looking to try and pick up Carnage and his soul, my recommendation would be just to cover this area here, beat this area here, and the boss, and maybe start on this area. Don't worry too much about Soul Cross, because unless you have a very extensive roster and you have like a lot of time on your hands, this will take you a long time to get down to the teeth. Now, you can find videos on my channel on all of these, if there's any one area that I would really focus on this area would be the finite, because the reward is basically one internal essence a month, and you can comment down and kind of find your own path into him through this. So there isn't too much work to get to it. Thank God he's at the front. And yeah, so like even I have to clear this today with the free gear removal. But overall, this does take a lot of time and requirements in raids, and it's not an easy thing as well. So it's really frustrating overall. What I would like to see from raid is just be able to let us gear our champions, obviously take the cost of silver, which is I guess still quite shite to do, but you know it is what it is. And then just allowing us to just quick start the battle and be done with it, right? Like a bit like clan boss. We've already beat the stage. Maybe get people to beat stages 3 times before you give us that ability, and then we'll start being able to move into that way that needs to be done. So that would be one thing that I do, and I'll do this for the whole of Quest City on all rotations. Once you beat all 5 rotations, just allow people to quit battle it. It's dead content. After we beat it, it's dead content. Like, there's only probably 1 or 2 players that want to try and beat it faster. No one else really cares, right? It's quite shite rewards, if I'm being honest, other than the gear and maybe like what 2 remnants, which is like a needle and a haystack to give you 1 mythical a year if you're lucky. But that's something that I would look at in this. So I want to talk about the rewards as well. This is not so much as a time concern, but I'll be honest, like this chest is very underwhelming. I've spoke about this chest in other videos. The souls are very lopsided with really bad rates. I think that you should be guaranteed the 3, 4, 5, and 6, and then people then should be able to make up their mind if they want to carry on doing this for the chest. And I'll be honest, these wards are quite bad overall, and having the potential possibility rewards. I mean, to be honest, let's be honest, as an end game player, what really floats my boat is the mythical tome and the chaos aura. Everything else is pretty much a meme, if I'm being honest. It's not great overall. So this is something that needs to be changed. I'll be honest, this chest needs to have all of this, and just have this chest to have all of this. Once you've got the Carnage Soul 6-star, give us all of this, and then we can move on with our day. And then people would actually consider finishing this more because our chances of getting a guaranteed mythical tome just from how scarce they are would be a great opportunity. And also make these rewards a bit like seasons where they are guaranteed, and then this would be great. Giving us an extra eternal raid like every 5 months would really not hurt your pockets. The 4-star chickens, meh. We've got a few more 5-star chickens, a sacred, another mythical tome every 5 months. You know, you can put something here as well, or allow us to get another copy of Carnage so we can start empowering him, because there's no way of empowering him. And giving us like 2 voids every 5 months really wouldn't break the bank overall. The extra energy as well would be really, really appreciated from raid players. So that is one thing that I would say that needs to be taken into consideration. And that would be the end. That's it. It is for this. Let's talk about Siege then. Well, Siege, I wouldn't say is so much of a time situation for me. I haven't collected the rewards from last Siege, but I wouldn't say it's so much of a issue in time, because you only got 2 fights to do a month. But in future, you're gonna have more fights. They've announced about the future updates coming to this, etc., where we'll have more fights. I don't know when that's going to come, because it didn't come in the last update. So hopefully it's a long, long time away. But like, there's a lot of glitches in this area, and Raid need to really address that situation. Giving us the relics and stuff, honestly, is not a bad thing. So you know, I guess it's a good move from that. Apart from that, getting rid of these annoying red dots as well, which would be great, because there's really no need for that. So let's talk about Doom Tower. Doom Tower has been dead content for me for the last 3 years. I don't want to see Doom Tower hard mode, nightmare mode or brutal mode, because hard faction wars is a what's the word I want to put it politely? uh, RNG hell, and when Curse City first came out, RNG hell. It's not challenging content playing with weak affinities. It's not challenging content to land 10 debuffs and then kill a enemy. That is not a challenge raid. It is just frustrating and no one really likes it. That's why we're losing a lot of endgame players. It's costing a lot of silver and it's costing a lot of time to do the trials. That's a different topic we'll talk about shortly. But again, just be able to give us a way to quick battle this. Like, no one cares about the start auto climb. This is just annoying. Just give us quick battle. It's literally already in the game. So why not give this? And like also as well, like why have we got no super raids here? Like why have we only got 2x super raids? There's 3x super raids already in the game. Why can't we have that? Why can't we have instant battles here to do our silver keys and just be able to grab our rewards and then carry on with our stuff? Reducing our time as well on this honestly would save us probably about 10 minutes just with that as well. And that is probably the only thing that I'd say about Doom Tower. I don't want to see any updates from that, if I'm being honest. And I'm sorry to be negative, but the one factor in this game that needs to be done is quick battles need to be updated. Chimera. Chimera needs a more of a buff in rewards. Let's be honest, the rewards in Chimera absolutely suck eggs. The last 6 or 7 Hydra clashes that me and my clanmates have won, we're looking for these rewards, and all we keep getting is rare gemstones, epic gemstones, and a 3-star basculus if we are lucky. No one cares about clan gold. We get enough of that in raid right now, and it's nice to get it, but again, we are looking for this and we're looking for legendary gemstones. It's very hard to get. It's the only place in the game where you can get other circle gemstones out of this. So again, this needs to be changed. Please, raid, for Christ's sake, just add something here. Let's add some materials for relics. Let's add some gemstones here. Let's add some mythical tomes and even a bloody primal shard. It costs us like what 200 primal shards before mercy kicks in. Do you really think giving us like 1 or 2 if we get top 2 places is gonna hurt you? Probably not. So that is one thing in that situation. And a lot of players still can't hit 3.2 billion anyway, so the chances in here is even worse, I guess. So, and in third place, well, third place is pointless finishing really because you can't even get mythical gemstones at third place. So my personally, like if you know your clan's gonna finish third, just tank and take fourth or fifth because like yeah, it's nice to have a chance to get a legendary gemstone, but think about the rates. Think how bad the rates are going to be for that as well. So this should be changed. And let's talk about the getting a chest with the powerful gemstones that you can earn with clash points. Why do we have epic as final reward? Like why? Like no one's pushing 8 billion because there's no incentive for us to push 8 billion. The Chimera rewards absolutely shit. The personal chest rewards are shit. An in-game player does not care about epic gemstones or rare gemstones. We want legendary and mythical to go with legendary and mythical relics. Like I've got over 25 legendary relics. I have 4 mythical relics as well. So I have 25 over 25 legendary relics and 4 mythical relics. So that is something again needs to be adjusted. I don't mind having this 1 rare, 1 epic, 1 legendary, 1 mythical because this would make you then have an option to get some triangles and squares, etc. I think I own uh one gemstone. No, I own 2 gemstones. I have a pentagon gemstone from Hard Faction Wars, and I have a square as well, which I did get from the chest, which is honestly a mythical gemstone. It's just shite. It's just shite. There's nothing more to say about it, to be honest. So that is one thing that again I would take into consideration. And I'm sorry to be negative, but the truths have to be spoken about as well. The time to do Chimera can take averagely to 2 runs. It's not a great experience doing the runs on Chimera. A lot of people are double dipping into Nightmare to get better mythical summons and better trials, and that's a good way to kind of go. But overall, it's not a great experience. Like, I mean, look at these rewards. Per chest, I can get 5 to 7 on the legendary, and then that's about it. The Starstones are underwhelming. The Stardust Starstones is underwhelming. 500 to 580. That's enough to move one mythical relic once, and then you can't even move it back. This needs to be doubled. Materials need to be doubled, and please add in some mythical materials in here as well. It's absolutely shocking. And have these gemstones on a rotation every week. There's 5 different types of gemstones. Let's rotate them weekly. Why not? Or just change the chest and give us a chance to get any of the gemstone, which might be a bad thing for people or a good thing. I guess if you're hunting for boss layer, then why not? And also let's add in the Empress soul, right? Add in the Empress soul from like Nightmare and Ultra Nightmare, and let's have a chance to get that as well, and that would be great. Again, a couple of mythical books or primals, not guaranteed, just a good chance to get them would be nice, especially if we're not going to get any gemstones, because some weeks you open this, you won't even get a gemstone, right? Which is basically Plarium opening you up like a banana, squirt a load of cream, and then slap you in the nuts, and it's just not a great way to go. So it's very painful being slapped in the nuts, for sure. It's probably happened to most of us men, and they do it to us each weekly. So yeah, again, if we're running our keys, most people mangle this for 1 hour minimum. Some people spend 3 to 4 hours a week just trying to get their trials. I've kind of got to the point now with my team. I just land for 14 out of 16 trials and I'm happy. As long as I get the legendary and mythical trials, I'm happy. I'm done, dusted. I'm even going to build the Titus team for my account just so I can run full auto for the next couple of months and take a bit of time from this and just run this in the background. Even if the RNGs can be bad, it might take like 11 runs. When I haven't got anything to do, which there is sometimes, like when I'm doing stuff around the house or going out, I'll just put it on auto and leave it. Why not? There's no point in me worrying about it too much. Let's talk about Hydra then. Hydra is a problem for most of us because problem is the rewards are very scarce. Again, mortal soul zones basically pointless for everyone. We are looking for medium and internals. Maybe don't add in internals and the medium soul stones into thingy, right? But maybe we can add this into, I guess we can add it into here. Like, why not? Like, drop the chances. Like Ultra Nightmare, actually, I would add in probably Ultra Nightmare, or I just remove the chances of getting small stones and add the medium and internals here, or have internals in the Hydra Clash and then add in medium stones here, because again, like, it's just underwhelming content. I do quick battles on my teams. I'm in no interest. I mean, I've got no interest in any issue with me to try run manually, to be honest. Like, I have no issues, but I know a lot of people want to for their clan, and I can't blame them. And again, Titus is just adding onto that problem for more time in this game. You're spending a lot of time in these contents, and you should do in some rotations, in some situations, because they are P versus P, not P versus P, but they are competitive with other clans. But then there's problems with matchmaking and etc. here. I think Clan Boss can do with a bit of a rework, to be honest. And the one thing that I would like to see from Plarium is there only one of 3 Clan Boss that doesn't have some type of clash system. So I would add in a clash system here for Clan Boss for people to start improving the Clan Boss teams. I know we're talking about more time, but we like, does it allow us people to bring back the love for Clan Boss teams? And obviously we can still do our quick battles here as well. if we wanted. I mean, I can definitely build better teams than what we're seeing here, but there is no reason for me to change it, so I'm not going to go to. But a way to have like gaining primal books and primal shards, I would add in like a feature a bit like Chimera Clash, but I would give rewards for top 5, to be honest. So, or top 3, I'd give rewards and then give like some type of like chain down in clan boss. I guess it called Demon Lord Clash. That's what they'd probably call it. And I would have some type of reward down here where I'd probably have like 25 um, half of Primal Shard, 25 here, and then maybe a quarter here, and then a mythical tome in the end. And to be honest, like I'm happy for them to do like some crazy numbers like um 1 billion damage as the maximum rewards, because a lot of people wouldn't be able to hit that. And I guess, some people would, like big powerful accounts like mine, would definitely be able to hit that or get quite close to it if we put a lot of attention into it. To be honest, again, I wouldn't probably push for it, but you get enough clan boss keys in a day, they can definitely make something of juicy. Maybe you get bigger because you do get 4 clan boss keys a day, which would add on to that. And again, they can put multipliers onto that as well, in that aspects, and then that'll be the only area they probably see Trunda. Okay, so let's talk about the areas of arena. Arena is kind of one of the most time consuming areas in the game, especially with seasons of live arena. And I kind of like the idea of seasons and live arena. Again, I think the rewards need to be slightly better. Not on the season side, but just on the daily side. I think this should be like an energy pot that goes straight to our inbox, so we could stack that and have the flexibility of having that. And then with the live arena, um, refreshes, I would like to see like a 2-day cooldown or something like this to kind of help with time. But again, I can understand if they bring this to too much, then I can see this being an issue. And then as well with the chest, I would like to see them upper the primal courts here and reduce the chest here as well. It's a win to kind of encourage people to say, hey, this is the main area where you're gonna farm your primal shards. We have 2x events every 3 months. Come and get your 20 primals a month doing seasons live arena, and just not in seasons but outside seasons as well. This would kind of encourage people to do it. I know I would be a lot more active if there was to do that, and I think that could generally help with the matchmaking as well in lower tiers, because people would then start pushing into gold 4, and I would probably lock this behind gold 4 with like 20 quarters, 20 primals or the 40 primals I'd give per month here as well. So I definitely would put this on like a 10 or 15 wins and encourage people to do that. I think that'd be a great way to spend your time, because again, you're going to farm the gear, which is amazing, and be quite active, which is more people in matchmaking, which could be a good situation for this. Tag Team Arena needs a spruce for sure, and not just adding more players to this. The one thing that I would start with Tag Team Arena is I would do 2 things. I don't think there's a lot of changes they need to do here. I think that they need to add a more tiers to the leagues here, and I would probably have like Platinum Arena for the top 1,000 players and give people like badges, avatar frames, and like avatars for securing the top 1,000 wins, and push people to do this, get some competitive situation here. And like, for example, your profile would say Tag Team Arena personal best number 12 in the world, and that would be a great astonishing way. That would be great for Platinum Arena as well, and also seasons as well, or normal arena, which would be great as well. And that would be one thing that I'd add. But in the reserve side, I would update the rewards. There's a lot of rewards that's not being added into the game here, like Chaos Auras, Dust could be available, Mythical again, Primal Shards, Mythical Shards, And maybe even a prism would be a nice to have here as well. So you could like go and buy a prism, and then some other things as well, like a guaranteed 6-star refresh or cleansing, or even like stone skin or something on a rotation, which would be great. And just add in some more rewards, lower tiers, maybe another champion here as well, like a mythical champion that we could access, like a bias or something, which would be great. And giving the game a bit more of a balance of mythical champions, but like trying to push people to get that, which would be pretty nice. And I guess that'd be one of the things I'd look at. And also is I'd half the tokens. So for example, we get 20 tokens a day, and one of the things I would look at is halving the tokens to 5 tokens, because you know the fights will take a long time. And obviously if you want to do auto, you just do auto. But another situation is that you could do here is go half the tokens, double the rewards, so you still get the same amount of gold bars, etc. You can be picky what you gain at a shop, but then you can just come in and do your own situation things, and then like having like 5 tokens saved from your dailies, and then you can just buy more tokens if you wanted to do more fights, double the points as well. Situation, or maybe not even playing with the points, and try and encourage people to do that a bit more, which would be fair enough. That would help with the time aspect of that. Not everyone's PvP focused, so a lot of people wouldn't really bother if they did this, but I think this would be a good buff. Classic Arena, I think, still needs a bit of a spruce. Other than pushing Platinum Arena and farming our magistrates, there isn't really a use to do Classic Arena. Sometimes even I don't do my tokens. Uh, if I am a bit strict on time, which has seemed to be a lot lately, and I'm just looking for like easy fights, etc., and then I would just basically like hedge him on it or something like that, right? Depending on the teams, and then be done with it for the day, because the teams are quite sweaty. I'm not even that high up, and you can see that this is the situation of the arena. I would add in some type of shop in the here where you can spend your medals from the arena. I know there is a system already in the game, but I would definitely look at that. I wouldn't look at buffing the gear sets or anything like that, just generally because we don't have enough storage, and I don't know where they would go with the gear sets as well, because there's so many good gear sets already. I kind of feel like we need like that type of gear sets to be carry on being bad, so we can kind of selling them and make a silver. And then another problem would be faction wars. So faction wars is very time consuming, etc. Some people love it, some people hate it. A lot of people hate it. The mythical champion is underwhelming. She needs a buff straight off the bat. Not gonna say anything more. I've tested her a couple of weeks ago. I was gonna do a video, but she was so underwhelming. I was like, geez. And that's one of the reasons why I actually stopped pushing so hard for her, because she was just shy. So I couldn't get her to work. It was a little bit annoying, and I didn't bother doing a video because I just didn't want to waste my time with it in the end. And yeah, it's one of them ones. Um, so let's talk about faction wars. We all want rewards, etc., but do we really want to face the RNG against this boss right now that I have to play for the next 40 minutes? Not really. Just give us a quick fight. Like the auto battle is nice, but just give us the quick fight. Like we'll give our champions a quick fight. Just allow us a quick fight, and just be done with that, right? Like we've already beat it. You can overrule it. There'll be a way that they could do that. That helps with time. Once you beat the stage, it is up to the player if they want to go in and improve the teams or the runs. I really don't want it. Just want the rewards. I already put in the grind, etc. Let's talk about twins then. That we know that the soul zones are a problem. Split souls and the golden split souls. It takes about a year to take a champion from 1 to 6 if you're free to play, and that's quite shocking. And they probably get like 2 champions a year fully awakened. That's absolutely disgusting. Raiding, we need to do something about that. There is like a big factor. Every Sunday it's nice because they double this. remove the energy cap from this and just let us do give us 12 keys a day and then allow us to run this and to double the rewards. That's pretty simple. To be honest, like there isn't really much to cover here. Again, like there is a lot of issues with gear and stuff like that. There's a lot of sets that do need to be buffed. There's a lot of sets that need to be improved. But to be honest, like I kind of like the idea of this being dead content for in-game players and focusing our time here in some sense because there would be a lot more to do. I think there needs to be a way to do Minotaur a lot more, and I don't think 2x raids is enough. To be honest, like we could do with like a Minotaur tournament, just give people a reason to farm it and to improve on the champions and do something there. I guess maybe add in like a silver, like times the silver by 20, so we can make a lot of silver there, which would be pretty nice. And yeah, I'd probably leave the gear the way it is because I think that the state of the game, which those other play areas that we haven't spoke about yet, and time and etc., would be a great way. I guess give us like 3x, 4x battles on a background multiple, which would be great. And talking about the multi battles, I think this is a great system, but it's really kind of pointless when we can't do arena content, right? Like, why can't we run this? Why can't we run this? Faction, it's like Faction Wars, Doom Tower, Curse City, all at the same time. We have like all this, as long as we're not trying to use the champion more than in one area, and I could kind of understand that being a problem, then why can't we run multiple teams? There's other games that can do this. And honestly, like this would just be great for the game and great for the players, like because they can focus on other things like arena, Chimera Clash, Hydra Clash, and this would really help a lot with time if we could run a multiple things in the background at the same time. Not just for arena, but in all aspects. I think the arena is a great start, but I think that needs to be touched on overall. And that would be my only changes here as well. All right, let's talk about energy cap then. Energy cap has not moved in this game for about 4.5 years. I think it was buffed once 4.5 years ago, maybe 5 years ago. We have more stuff added to the game. We don't get enough energy. The fusions are getting harder, more demanding. We get about 460 energy a day, roughly, from that lovely thing refilling. And to always keep this refilling, like I always do this refilling. Like earlier, I was farming masteries, right, in the background, and I guess we're gonna throw this on now in the background whilst I carry on talking and burn the energy, right? And that's a great way to be with that. And with that situation, then they need to add some type of way with that. So yeah, that's probably one thing that I would look at as well. And then yeah, I guess that would be a interesting way to kind of be with that as well. What else would we look at in this game? There's so much to look at. Let's like primal shards are a problem in this game, and I know that a couple of content creators touch wood on this. The mercy needs to be changed. For me, mercy needs to kick in from 100 primals. Again, if we make them too cheap, then you're going to see a lot of +4s and etc. And I think that actually does more harm than good for the free to play. But I do think that the mercy needs to start at 100 for primals for mythical, and I think for legendary, honestly, I would say probably like 20 primals needs to start raining out legendaries on that because like in the day you do live arena etc. Right now, you probably get like 20 a month if you're lucky, maybe less, honestly. I guess you get like 30 to 40 every 2x event if you're not buying them. So for me, this does need to be changed for sure. I think Sacred could definitely be changed as well. I think Sacred needs to be 8 without a legendary, and then it gives you like a bigger bonus as well. Because there's like a lot of legendaries in this game, it's really hard to target certain champions to improve your account. And ancient shards, Yeah, ancient shards are basically chickens for a lot of us, but void shards definitely need to be changed to 100 as well for a guaranteed legendary, or mercy as well to be changed at that. So we have that. Like, I stopped spending on shards this year, and I've only had, bear in mind, we're nearly in August. I've only had Sifi number 3 on my account, Blindseed number 3, and Solus. So in space of 8 months, I've added Solus to my account, and then the Fusion, which is the fourth void legendary this year. And the only Fusion that I've done. So I've had 4 void legendaries, and one of them Fusion. I think that it's one of them situations that kind of need to be touched on to try and help that, because void legendaries are very powerful. Mythical champions are very powerful. I think that the Curse City does need a bit of a buff. I think that the this should be like a 10% chance to give you a mythical, honestly, and or a 5% chance to give you a mythical, 10% chance to give you a legendary, void legendary, and then maybe like a 15% chance to give you a normal legendary. So you can break down the numbers from epics instead of being 82.5. I think we need to get 4 a month from clearing a rotation. So beat the boss on normal, beat the boss on hard, one for doing all the activities, and then getting one in the chest as well. And that would give us for a year. Then they don't actually tend to have to change the mercy, because you're gonna get 4 a month. So like you do what, 24 divided by 4, and oh wait, that screwed it up. I guess it's like every 3 months, right? Your mercy starts kicking in. I think even that's kind of rough. I'd be 6 months, right? So you'd go from every year to 6 months, and then you'd have a mercy start kicking in. But at least people would get legendaries, void legendaries, and normal legendaries, and have like a mercy system kicking in on the legendary side from like 10. I would probably still change this to like a 20, and then we start talking business, and then this becomes a bit more relevant in the game. I have no problem. The only way you can access this is through Curse City. I'll just add more to Curse City so you can get a bit more, right, and that can help with the problems as well. Like, the one thing I would like to see from Raid is adding in permanent permanent fusions for mythicals here, and having like a way to access more mythicals. I think every 6 months release a new mythical. Not release a new mythical, but release a mythical who is not like crazy OP, but can help with progression in P vs P and P vs PE content, right? So there is a couple of mythicals that they could add here to be uh already, without even adding more champions in the game. Like, for example, Androck would be a great support option for a lot of people. This would stab me because I have one already, but I think Androck would be a good situation to kind of add. Sigford is very powerful. I think Alaz could be a good option as well, because he would give people options to do with Chimera and help with Chimera on the two abilities. He can help with Finite 10 as well, especially people that don't have a G-Nut. And he hits really hard as a nuker, but he's not like God tier. He's definitely top tier, but he's not like God tier, right? He's not a nice in any area, but can hit fairly hard as well. He doesn't do much for the factions, to be honest, but that would be pretty nice. A Mesamal would be a cool option, or a guy, Gladius or whatever. And then yeah, like some different options that could definitely work in here. Maybe, I don't know, Catrixia is quite powerful. Toshi, but I mean, giving people that, maybe honestly, maybe a bias would be kind of cool. I've covered her before to be released in these type of stuff, or maybe they just make a straight up new mythical which gives everyone a chance. Because Abias is very powerful in PvP and PvCE, but she's not like a nutty champion, right? She's like a upgrade from Arbiter overall. or they could still add her into the missions here, which would be great as well. And I think these type of events are quite good as well to give us more free legendaries, but legendaries are not so bad as this one has as it is. Let's talk about soul stones then. Soul stones is a massive issue in this game. They've been out about two years, and it's not really the power creep. Trying to get the essence, etc., is quite difficult, and saving even the gold essence is quite hard. The best way to kind of get them is actually spend the money. I think this needs to be changed. I think the refresh here needs to work a bit like market. Like every hour it's refreshed and you can go in and see what's what. You know, you can't obviously log in when you go to sleep, but have this refresh an hour, then your champions that you are looking for would have like a faster way of doing it. And that would probably be a way. And I think they need to start adding mythicals to this as well, because people like myself, we have mythicals. We spend enough money on mythicals. I don't want to spend any more money on mythicals, and I ain't planning to. So, like a currency here to kind of help the players would be a great way. I think that the split souls could be added into like getting it to the essence, like 10 essence, need to be added into the shops to help with the fluctuation of the cost and speed up the process of this, but and also just being more generous with the soul stones in the areas that we thought about would be great as well to this. Now, immortal stones don't really do anything. It's all about immortal and internal, and this one's really locked behind a paywall to get them. I mean, I can get the one from Kasi, and that's about it. I think giving us like three of this a month honestly would not hurt the pockets to kind of help with this type of situation. And I would not give us like the Eternal Soulstone a month, but I would give it like in the same as the finite of the reward. So you have the option to turn it into one of these if you wanted, but if you wanted to use it into split essence as well, which is what I'd recommend for people to do to chase the champions you wanted. And I would honestly look at reducing the cost on the champions as well. Again, removing like halving the legendaries, halving the epics and etc. would be really solid as well. I mean, 35 for BattleOS 6-star is absolutely disgusting overall, especially when it can take ages just to get that. So this is probably like one of the areas that Raid need to look at first when we're talking about balancing out buffs and etc. This would be one of the things that needs to be changed very, very fast, and probably needs to be one of the priorities other than give us life and qualities to help with the time management in the game. The market I still think is undervalued, and they did obviously do a bit of a rework here, and I think that they could definitely add a few more in here, a few more stuff in here, like some epic books, some legendary tomes, some void shards, and bits and bobs to help with this. And then you'd still have the problem with the silver. And then I think the shop, definitely these levels need to be changed and nerfed, or give us a way to rank up to this quite quickly and not slowly. And this needs to be buffed as well. Like the silver problem in this game is really, really bad. This needs to be 5 million silver, which then the shop would give you 50 million silver. But obviously, I don't mind if they bring the cost up to like 1,000 here, because like most people would save up and pick up that would really be useful. The token trader needs to be buffed, so like we got two things here. So like the cost of these legendaries need to be dropped. They need to drop to like 500. You crunch one champion, you get one champion back, and all of this needs to be changed every 3 months, you know, and give people the options to get new champions for dupes. Bazaar, again, we spoke about already, and we spoke about that as well. I do like this kind of feature, you know, being able to go through this, pretty cool, which is pretty nice. Maybe have a refresh button here. I guess one thing I guess they could add is like a refresh button here, like you could refresh like every month, and if there was a champion here that someone wanted to keep on the page, they just don't refresh it, right? And then they would probably lose out on other champions. But if they like had a champion here that wanted, I think adding a Duchess here, by the way, who is still a extremely powerful champion, is not a bad way to go. And I don't think it's I don't feel like it'd break the game in any way to add like a Duchess here, honestly, or even a Harima. It would hurt their pockets though with Prism Shards, but I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, I mean, even 1,000, honestly, 2 legendaries for 1 legendary, I think would be great. And I would add a couple of void legendaries in there as well. Maybe the void legendaries would be 1,000, normal legendaries would be like 500, and this would just kind of help out low spenders, um, like myself. Because even me, like, there's plenty of champions in this game I could crunch to do that, especially after Guardian factions as well. So that'd be one thing I'd kind of look at in that situation. I think that this is fine. Like the commission's kind of interesting. Token trader is kind of interesting. I think this is like the main issue here. They need to do some like quality life on souls, not souls, to get to look at stones and etc. And have a look at the soul stones and like the leveling of relics, process of leveling relics. Not like one person has maxed out relic yet. That needs to be kind of addressed it as well. And I guess that's about it. Last thing I would kind of cover is stop giving people these stupid like quests, right? Like who wants to do these quests? Like, I mean, I've already done my live arena today. I bet this will give me live arena or something. God, it doesn't. But yeah, I mean, like, still have to spend energy to get energy. Like, what's the point in that? Like, why? If they deal with everything else though, like it wouldn't be so much of an issue. These rewards could be doing with being buffed a little bit. I mean, take away the chickens and update the chickens. Like add I think this should be like sacred, which should give us our free sacred back. Void, Hydra mythical tome. Why not? You know, like mythical tome there, mythical tome there, mythical tome there. Okay, then you start getting like 3 or 4 mythical tomes a month. You start getting like 2 or 3 eternal essence, sorry, immortal soul stones a month. They're still very scarce, still very hard to get, but people can grind and they feel better for the time that they're putting in the game, and they would be grateful for raids making changes in a positive direction. People like myself who can spend but choose not to spend because we're not happy with the state of the game or raids greed or anything like that would probably start spending again, to be honest. There's definitely money to be made with old players still. So it's not like I would see myself still stay not spending money. I spend money how I feel, right? If I feel happy, if I feel like the game's doing well, then I'm gonna spend money. It's a hospitality trick that we're teaching hospitality is if someone feels like they're being looked after, they are gonna be more likely to spend more money. And that's just how it is. It's like a happy feeling. I mean, people will spend money on this game for entertainment purpose, escape stuff from real life. And Raid seem to forget that, right? We don't want to be stuck in this game playing this. They want to play the content they want to play. Some people want to do Hydra. Some people want to do Chimera. Some people want to do Arena. These life and qualities that we spoke about today has the option to open up that time that I spend getting pissed off with content they get frustrated in. And yeah, I guess even with Live Arena, like add a way for people to like set up auto teams to auto pick, and if they don't want to do live arena, then they just set up an auto pick team, right? If they win, they win. If they lose, they lose. If I have to face like a bot, but well, we all face bots, but if we all face like the bot that they get to pick, then that makes my life easier because I'm then going to face more people. It's going to water down the pool even more, and then we're looking more juicy, right? So Yeah, I mean, and people get more active in that. Like, add a way for people to do this in Classic Arena as well. Maybe limit it in Classic Arena actually because of that. Maybe add a way to do that as well. Like, there's gonna be some type of mechanics they can do with that situation, I guess, overall. So, yeah, I guess that would be the way I'd kind of look at it from my point of view overall. Um, yeah, I guess that's it for me today in today's video. There's probably one or two things I probably missed that I wanted to cover as well, but I've gone through like a lot of information. Let me know down in the comments if you guys agree with me or not. And so yeah, let me know down in the comments, like, what do you find the most frustration thing about Raid right now? That's it from me today. Obviously, we'll be back tomorrow with daily upload. And I guess take care for yourself. And I'll see you tomorrow. Live Arena video would have dropped before this, I guess. So go ahead, check that out and see how I'm doing there. And yeah, look after yourself. Take care. And I'll see you all on the next one. Peace.